welcome to episode 4 of Cheer for Life. I'm your host, Meaghan Mackey, and today we're going to be discussing cheer commandments. If you have not watched it already, I have part 1 on my main channel, which is Cheer Advice for You. We will link that down below if you'd like to watch that, but today is part 2 of cheer commandments, and these are basically just going to be principles that you should follow in your cheerleading life, because the cheer world would be a whole lot better if everyone just followed these rules. So I'm definitely guilty of some of these, and I want you guys to know that I'm not perfect, but these are just some things that I think are common courtesy rules that everyone should follow, especially at cheerleading competitions. So this is probably my #1 pet peeve, and I don't know, just when you wear Uggs and a skirt, it just does not look cute at all. I think you should be wearing cheer shoes, or some teams have like a designated shoe like Nikes or Converse that they wear around competitions while they're not competing. But if you don't have like any other shoes, just make sure you're wearing your cheer shoes around, because they're really not going to get that dirty. Trust me, you can always wash them. This one is one of my favorites because I just think it's so important as a cheerleader to remember that you're representing your gym, your coaches, your parents, your teammates while you're in and out of your uniform. And this is just so important because it really reflects on your character, and you need to be careful about what you're saying about other teams, about people on your team, what you're doing, your actions, how you speak with people. Just this is all so important, and it just really reflects on your gym, especially when you're at competitions. Just with your actions and your words, just be very careful and mindful about what you're saying and what you're doing at competitions, and even outside the competitions. Just make sure you're very mindful of the way you act, because it really shows your true character, and people might think it reflects poorly on your gym. So this is something to always keep in mind. This one is so important because I know when I'm trying to watch a team and there are people crowding the aisleway, it's so annoying because I've been sitting in that seat and just waiting for this one team to perform, and everyone just comes and crowds around and you can't even see anything. So this is so important. Make sure you have a seat and are in the correct viewing area. Just common courtesy, and people will be very irritated if you are in their way while they're trying to watch their team perform, because you never know if someone's parent is trying to watch their child perform, and you don't want to be blocking other people's views. So just be very mindful about where you're standing or sitting during the competition, because it can be very rude. Okay, so this one definitely goes along with representing your gym well, because it is so rude when I see another team booing or making fun of another team for falling, especially if it's their opponent. Like, it's just so incredibly rude, and it shows very poor sportsmanship. It really does represent your gym poorly if you're doing this. So never ever clap or laugh about it if a team makes a mistake, because it all happens to us. We all have bad performing days, and not every performance is going to be perfect, and we all need to remember that, because we are human and we do not want anyone doing that to us, because it is incredibly rude and it represents poorly on your gym and yourself. So definitely don't be rude when other teams are performing and making mistakes. Just sit back and watch the routine. You don't have to cheer if you don't want to, but definitely don't be rude if they make a mistake. This is something we also commonly see in the cheer world, where if the first place team wins, they are so excited about it, and that's awesome that you guys won, but you need to make sure like everyone else gets their moment, especially the second place team, because when the second place team is called and you realize you got first place, like, you need to let the second place team have their moment, clap for them, say good job, wait for them to take their picture with their trophy or whatever, and then when they call first place is when you can start celebrating, because it is incredibly rude when you don't give the other team their moment to shine, because they have been working very hard just like you have, and it's really rude just to take it away from them like that. So especially when it comes to being first place, you need to remember that, because there are other teams who have been working hard, and it is hard to not win, and you really can't win them all. So make sure you're being courteous. Also, if you get second place to the competition, don't be a sore loser and clap for the first place team, and just have respect for them, because it's very rude if you lose and they're just being a sore loser about it, because it just shows poor sportsmanship, honestly. So this goes for anyone. No matter what place you get, make sure the other team gets their moment and you're not being a sore loser or sore winner. So yeah, those are all the cheer commandments. If you have not seen part 1, you can go ahead and click the link down below to my channel, and I will show you other cheer commandments I discussed in that video. Make sure you stay on the lookout for a signed cheerleading bow signed by me, made by Crazy Cheer Mom Bows. She very generously made a signed bow that will be released very soon, so make sure you stay on the lookout for that. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook if you'd like to stay up to date with us. And feel free to leave any comments of cheer commandments you have, because I would love to know, and maybe do a part 3 of this video. And I will see you all very soon in the next episode of Cheer for Life. Bye everyone!